Hi everyone. The purpose of this little video here is to present you the new tool that we will start using with Act Premium. That tool allows Turbo to calculate the sell potential, the annual sell potential of every customer we have in our systems. The reason it's a great tool is when we're going to start planning ahead how much a customer is worth, well, we're going to use that tool to generate what's his potential sales, but also we'll be able to compare that sales with the number that we have in our system to understand if we have the 100% of the business of that customer, or maybe we're dealing with one of our competitor half and half. So that's the purpose of that tool. And the few little things, just so you understand the engineering behind that tool. It calculates the renewal of the fleets, the graphic coverage of that particular fleet, also the size of the fleet, if it's a small size, is it a big one, and also from what division is it coming from. That tool is not 100% precise. The goal here is to have an idea of what that customer look like in terms of volume for turbo images. And based on that volume will come a grade that the system will automatically give to the customer. And you can see that grade here. There's three grades possible: A, B, or C. Just so you know the criterias, 0 to 10,000 dollars per year is considered a C. A B would be from 10 grand per year to 100 grand per year. And finally, an A customer is a 100 grand and more per year. So that being said, we want to work mainly with A players, but part of our market are Bs and Cs, so we still want to consider them. So moving on, you might have seen already that using the basic contact layout turbo images, there's fields with few colors right now. The one that you really want to update every week or every time that you're reaching a customer are those three yellow fields. If one is missing, well, the calculation and the grade won't be given to that customer because it needs those three specifics to calculate approximately what's the annual sell potential for that precise customer. So let's say that I'm going with John Drouin right now. The first thing that I want to answer is what type of vehicle, what kind of vision is John Drouin working in? And so I can see some people coming now. Charles, there's people that have halfway straight trucks, halfway trailers, they have a certain type of trailers, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, the idea here is not to be 100% precise. The idea is to have the main idea of what it looks like. So we'll start with those criterias. We might review them after 2, 3, 4, 5 months. But for now, please bear with me and start using those four categories. And yeah, really make sure to use one of those four. So the first one is coach. The second one is small vehicle. The third one is straight trucks. And the last one is trailers. When you're choosing that category, you want to make sure to use the one that they have in the highest percentage in their fleet. Let's give you an example. SureTrack Courier. They have 100 straight trucks and 100 trailers. Well, I know that the biggest potential is coming from the trailers, not from the straight trucks. So in that case, I would select trailers rather than straight trucks, even if in terms of size, they have the same number. Now, in the graphic coverage, I would go and estimate. Once again, it's not about being 100% precise. It's about giving us an idea of what it looks like. So what's the graphic coverage of the graphics on the trailer. Is it about 10%? So that would be called logo only. Is it 25%, 50%, or 100%? So pick the one that is closer to your customer. With your truck carrier, I would say that it's about 25%. Uh, we can say that a full wrap would be 100%, and then there's 50%. And there's also 75% if you need to use it. So here, I'll go ahead. This one is John Drouin from Charger. So I'll say it's closer to 50. And what about their size of fleet? They have, if I remember well, about 1,000 trailer in their fleet. Once you have updated all those fields, you want to make sure to click in another field just so the calculation is dead. So you don't want to click around here. You really want to put your cursor in a field and click. You'll see what happened there. Boom. Now there's an automatic update. If you see that you filled all of those three and there's no change, you can just hit calculate grade to make sure that everything was processed. Here we see that there's no change, so everything's good. And from there, you'll be able to just go ahead and update every customer one by one. You don't need to do that today. Just as every call, every follow-up that you're doing, make sure that you're updating all those three information if you have them. So when we're going to plan ahead, it will be so much easier for you and for Turbo. So that's the way we use that tool. If you have any question, feel free to contact me. It will be a pleasure. But please, it's really important, start to use those. They are mandatory, by the way. You're able to save the page even if you don't fill those, but we want to make sure to get those information from our customers. Thanks again, and have a good one.